Hey, it's Alyssa, and there was no way that I couldn't say something about the Wuthering Heights teaser trailer that just came out last night. I saw it last night, and I think I just cursed at my husband for like 5 minutes straight. So I've taken a step back. I've watched the trailer like five more times. And so I feel like I have a more like complete reaction to everything that I saw. But I'll start by saying that number one, not only am I an English teacher, I am also a film teacher. And I'm a film and lit teacher that looks at adaptations. Wuthering Heights is my favorite novel of all time, and I teach Wuthering Heights. So I teach both a film version of it, the one with Tom Hardy, and then I teach the novel also. So I know this inside and out. And when I first heard about the movie, I was so excited. I thought Emerald Fennell could actually get the heart of this movie. And I've never seen an adaptation that I have thought was like, this is the perfect adaptation of what the movie feels like, of what the book feels like. Sorry. And this is now, I feel like I have no hope for this movie at all. To have said this is her favorite book of all time, Emerald Fennell, the director, and then to see what I saw on screen, like what was she actually processing in her head as she was reading this book? And I am not someone who's like, the adaptation needs to be exactly like what the book is. No, I love when things go off and they're in different time periods or they have different music and it's a totally different feeling. I love Under the Skin, which is completely different from the novel. I think it's an incredible take on what that is about. However, you need to stick to what the actual like themes and meaning of the book is if you're going to call it Wuthering Heights. If you're going to call it, say, Saltburn, and you basically took everything from Brideshead Revisited and The Talented Mr. Ripley, but you're going to call it Saltburn, then I'm totally fine with it being like what that movie was. I thought the movie was fun. I get when some people who did not like the movie at all, but I thought it was fun because I didn't take it so seriously. If you name a movie Wuthering Heights, I'm gonna expect it to at least kind of address the ideas and like that feeling of just like longing, but in the most morose, sad way possible. Because honestly, this version of an erratic, like Wuthering Heights has already happened, and it was 50 Shades of Grey, and that was already a fan fiction. So we've already gotten a fan fiction. That's that. We don't need that again, but now in the time period, it just doesn't make sense because it's not in the book at all. Like that sort of imagery. Some things I saw in the trailer where I was like, okay, that is actually kind of connected to the book. So we'll see. The dog imagery. The dogs are everywhere in the book. And he has the line with like, he'll be her dog. Is anything like that in the book? No, but at least it's like something. The character, Isabella Linton, is definitely crawling around like a dog in the trailer. And is there anything else worth it? Yes, the one shot in the beginning. So, like the one shot where you see the two houses and it's Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange, that made me feel so hopeful because that was the first shot in the trailer because I'm like, oh, she kind of gets it. There's like a duality. There's a thing with like doppelgangers. There's a thing with foil characters. Like that's what the book is about. And then it went right to the kneading of the bread and the dough. And I'm like, oh God, you're trying to be shocking. It's not actually interesting. Is it sexy to see someone's finger in a dead fish? Not really, meaning it's not at all, but you just want to make everyone like, oh, this is going to be such a shocking movie and I'm going to put the Charlie XCX over it. This is going to be crazy. I can't wait. She's like appealing to a certain demographic of people I feel like who are maybe always on TikTok. And maybe that's a great way to sell a movie. Really, maybe it is. But at the same time, you are not hitting anything what the story is about. And here's the other thing. Everyone's saying casting's off. Obviously, the casting is off in this. But one thing I noticed watching the trailer this time is that all of the people who are hired as like the four main characters, so Heathcliff, Catherine, Isabella, and Edgar Linton, they're all sort of like a mix up. So let me explain. Catherine Linton, who's played by Margot Robbie, is supposed to have brown hair and brown eyes. This is very clear in the story. Isabella Linton, who's like the opposite foil character, has blonde hair and blue eyes like Margot Robbie. Yet the actress who's playing Isabella Linton actually looks exactly like how Catherine Earnshaw should look. Then, when you look at Heathcliff, this is obviously one of the biggest errors in casting when he is in the book defined as a dark skinned gypsy. And this is why he is treated the way that he's treated and why he does certain actions and how he is treated because of his race and how he is treated because of his class. And that is Jacob Elordi, I guess, not at all. Yet the actor who's kind of the opposite of him, Edgar Linton, is played by, I think it was like Sharif something. I have never seen this actor before, but I looked it up and he is English, Scottish, and Pakistani. And so he has much darker skin and he looks like how Heathcliff is supposed to look. Why is she mixing things up just to mix it up? Like, I don't think it's going to connect anything to a theme, like a deeper meaning. I don't think she's going to be trying to say anything with mixing these things up. It's just to do it because she can do it. And it bothers me so much because I had so much hope for Emerald Fennell. I really loved Promising Young Woman, and I felt like she got something, and something happened now where she is just all about the style. And yeah, are certain things in the cinematography gorgeous? Yeah, they are, or at least it seems to be. But it doesn't hit what the feeling of the novel is. It just doesn't, it's not what I would want this to be. I know that just sounds like I'm complaining and I want it to be exactly like the book. And I don't. I think the music in the trailer was really good and actually felt like maybe it could fit in what the story is, or like what an updated version of a soundtrack would be for a story like this. It's really kind of like dark and moody and electronic, and Emerald Fennell loves that 80s style, and I love that. Like the font that they were using and the music they were using, I thought, see, that's the take. That would really work for Wuthering Heights. But when you just focus on sex, when there is no sex in the book at all, you take away from the other things the book are about that are so much bigger. You take away everything that is about abuse of power, how people manipulate people to get what they want, how nobody in this world actually is nice. And even people that look like they are nice are just being nice because they're trying to do something or get something from you, or they are a lower class and they feel like they need to be nice so that maybe they can be treated better. That's every character in Wuthering Heights. And that's the other thing. There's no mention of, I would say, probably the second half of what the book is. I can almost guarantee you now the movie is going to end at the halfway point of the book. And I can also guarantee the way they're going to end it. And so no spoilers because I don't want to say anything, but it's going to be, in the most shocking way, something that is just slightly hinted at in the novel. And if it's hinted at, she is definitely going to put that in there. We'll just say there might be a scene from Saltburn that this will be one step further then. I'll just say that's my prediction with this. So I am not happy. I'm going to have to see it because how can I not see it? I'm so attached to what the story is. But I don't think I've ever hate watched a movie in my entire life. I might do it with this one. Yet I'm still going to try to go in with an open mind. But on the other hand, if the movie starts in the way that I read they were starting it with like test audiences just to see how it went, I will be absolutely out from the first minute of the film. And if you want to know how that starts or what allegedly how it's starting, just look it up online. You'll find that article in 2 seconds. So I would love to hear what all of you thought. I'm sure there are going to be people who think I'm really wrong and think this is going to be so fun and so good and a fun adaptation, and it doesn't need to be the same as the book and all of that. But I don't think I can see my Catherine and Heathcliff in this way, because Catherine's really just a brat for the entire story, and Heathcliff is just really morose. And here he kind of just looks like John Proctor, if you ask me, from The Crucible. So there's a lot wrong here. I would love to hear what you guys thought about it. Leave me your comments below, and I will see you all later. Bye.